Well, I think for me, you can do all sorts of things. Anything from, the weird thing is you can actually use it as design tool, you can use it for ordering information, you can use it for processing information, you can turn basic, advanced, expert, any kind of data streams of fairly large proportion nowadays, and with large I mean, for instance in Rolls-Royce you've got 50,000 people, so you can process that whole organization's information within Excel in theory. Yes, you need a few support tools, but in theory, in terms of when you order it well, it's actually capable of a lot. Now, that takes a level of skill because it's not just a big information database as such. So you need to have your usability of it is quite key. But in terms of restrictions, it's actually not as restricted as we sometimes think. And especially with these latest versions, they are much more efficient in terms of how they handle information and how quickly, or the data size of the information. So for me, I use it from everything where you would traditionally maybe say, okay, well, use a combination of Access and Excel and some macros and whatever else coding. Well, in today's world, I don't particularly use them. You can design the tool sets and everything with very simple procedures that are easy to explain to someone. You can show and order them in a way that you can understand them, and you can extract how you built them so that you can get sustainability, which is one of the biggest problems with data, is that we create something brilliant and the only one who knows to use it is ourselves. And it's just probably one of the biggest costs that you can find around, is that we just have people create stuff for us that then costs astronomical amounts to rework. And that rework isn't just one rework, because then you'll have someone else rework it who puts in their code, and it evolves and constantly just needs updating. But Excel in today's world, I think, offers us to get rid of that particular segment. So yeah, it has so many different elements that it can be used as, and I think the future for Excel is also extremely important to recognize, is that it kind of is getting merged into becoming presentable now as information directly. So getting features like what you see in PowerPoint, and I think this is why we need to take it so seriously, that it has, for a very, for something that normally we would pay large amounts of sums to manage our information, now we can do it in tools that in theory anybody could use. It's just about the fact that we just need to accept that the start of the journey takes a bit of time. But when you start getting your head around it, it literally is something anybody can learn.